What's up, guys? All right, day 2 of the Raptor spraying. So far so good. Got the front done. I worked my way around the side. So the passenger side's done. Figured the front's gonna be covered up by the cab. I got these flares coming out. So the front you're not really gonna see. And you can also tell, like, I didn't use great wood here too. It's hard to see on the camera. I don't know. You can see some of the knots and all that stuff. So it's sealed up, and even though there's some, cracks and stuff, it's all sealed in there. So I'm not too worried about that with water intrusion or anything. But I started here so I could kind of learn. The roof was different because it was, shooting straight down. It's really hard. So I started on this front so I could kind of practice and figure it out. And then did the passenger side because that's the second least important side. And then I went around to the back. So I learned some things, and I'm gonna be able to fix some of this with some extra coats. But like these cracks in the wood here, they're really, really minor. I couldn't even really see that without this dark color, and it really became apparent once I sprayed the tint on. So I don't know if it's actually, you're seeing some bare wood in there, but 1 or 2 more coats in this area will fill all that and thicken it up. Got a little bit here to do too, and then you can see some stuff like right here when I was spraying at the top, the hose came and hit when it was wet. Rookie mistake, I know. So those kind of things, you just will do a little bit thicker coat, it'll be fine. So I'm going to recoat some of this at the very end, give it a chance to tack up. And then the back turned out pretty good. It's still drying, so there's some different sheen levels and stuff in there, but it's really interesting how you spray this stuff and how different it can lay down depending on the distance and the air pressure and all that fun stuff. And then this is the before side. This is the good side I'm going to see all the time, so I wanted to save this for last so that I can get this right. And this is all prepped really nice too. Like, I really took my time and kind of filled in as much as I could see on this. So hopefully this goes well, and maybe another hour or 2 of spraying, we'll get that done. I'll show you how Matt's mixing this here. He'll be excited to be on the video. Plus you get to listen to his music. So he's taking the contents of the bottle, putting it in the mixing jar, and he's taking his 8 ounces of hardener, putting that in the bottle, shaking it up, kind of diluting everything in the bottle. That goes in here. Then 2 ounces of thinner goes in the bottle, shake it up again, that goes in here. And then 4 ounces of tint. He mixes it all up real nice, and then we spray. So that's pretty much it. Let's see what the roof looks like. It looked pretty good this morning. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the camera because we're so far away here, but yeah, roof looks good. It's actually really dirty from sitting out, and yeah, maybe go take the tape off and all that a little later after things cure a little bit more. But I think everything is looking pretty good, and a little more spraying, I'll be done for the day. So I will catch you guys. I'll be a second for you, but an hour or so for me when this is all done. Show you that, and that'll be my Saturday. See you in a minute. All right, second spray is done. Time for the big reveal. Take the tape off the door. Let's check it out. Boom. It's shadow. But anyway, what I didn't tell you was I started with a dark base, which was a little browner and darker, you can see from the earlier video. And then I sprayed over that with what's called Bernina Amber Gray Metallic. So it actually has quite a bit of metallic in it, which turned out pretty good, I think. Kind of like it. And it's kind of like a dark primer gray slash charcoal-ish, but instead of a blue base, it's got this like dark brownish green base. So yeah, pretty happy with the way that turned out. So the first coat was just for coverage, make sure everything's sealed up and good. And then the second coat was more of like 100% coverage, but a dust coat for that metallic. And I just took the tape off my door. So you can see how that nice black shiny door goes well with this. And I'm gonna take off my rub rail mounts, get all that stuff done, and let her cure for the rest of the day, and then put her back in the shop. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Some tips and tricks. Definitely, I liked higher air pressure, being arm's distance away from the material that I was shooting, like actually like out here. That's a full like 2 feet with no wind. Gave it nice, like not super rough texture, but kind of finer, flatter texture, which I really liked. And kept it from getting too glossy. If you're too close and you spray too heavy, the texture lays down really flat like paint, and then it gets super shiny, and that shine is really hard to keep consistent, I found. So upping the air pressure to about 80 psi, standing back and doing that final dust coat really let me control the texture and making sure everything's even, because this is a 20-foot long run. Like, it's a lot to try and get that without the tiger stripes or without like streaks in it. Anything like that can be really difficult. So a little closer to the back here, you can see like how nice that turned out. And for an idea of the grain, you know, it's nice like little pebble texture. So I know it's probably really hard to see on the camera. Maybe you can see on that screw head, that texture there. It's almost like a fine like diamond kind of dust with this metallic in it. So super happy with it. I think it looks pretty good and it came out how I wanted. So now I'm just gonna finish cleanup, let it cure, and put it back in the shop. And next up, finalize some things on the truck, and then lift this bad boy, set her on the truck. So that's it. You guys have a great weekend, and thanks for watching.